Hi, I'm Meredith Tomlinson, and I'm here today with Becky Schaefer of the Crosskeys in downtown Chillicothe. And we're here to talk to Becky about her new ownership of the Crosskeys, how she got started in the Crosskeys, and how long she's been here. And she's going to share some pretty cool stories with us too. So thank you, Becky, for joining me today.
Thank you, Meredith.
So tell us about the Crosskeys and kind of your journey and how you've been here so long.
Well, I started working here with Libby Corbin, who was the manager of Crawdaddy's at the time.
Okay.
In 1996.
Okay.
I had applied for a job, but she wanted me to be a cocktail waitress.
Okay.
I've been bartending for several years, and I wasn't going to go back down the cocktail circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So I denied the job. She calls me on January 31st in the morning, December 31st. And she said, I need some help tonight. I said, I'm not cocktailing. And she said, no, I need a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in to work that night, and I've been here pretty much ever since.
Wow, very cool. And you recently purchased the Crosskeys.
I did. In July of this year, my husband Larry and I purchased in July. Susie offered the place a few years before that.
Okay.
Because of COVID and other situations, it took a little while to have it happen. But we're very happy to own the place now. This is home to me.
Absolutely, it's definitely a staple in our community, specifically the downtown. Anybody that's from Chillicothe knows the Crosskeys for sure.
Well, I hope so, and I hope they come see us.
Tell us a little bit about what people find when they come to, because you have the Crosskeys, you have O'Malley's, you have the cafe, you have a fantastic kitchen with a great manager who is also a family member of yours.
Yes, that's Abby Haggerty.
So tell us about what you have to offer here, because there's a little bit of everything as far as the bar, the kitchen, and things like that.
Well, we're also starting back our open mic.
Oh,
It's
cool.
the first and third Wednesday of every month. Brian Joseph and Nick Davison does that for us from the Foothill Folk Society. And then we also have Name That Tune. That's on the first and third of Fridays of every month, and that's with Bill DeVillen.
Okay.
And then, of course, we still have the Goosetown Astonishers, who have been playing here for well over 45 years. Some few new members, but the same Dixieland jazz music.
Which is what you guys are known for.
Yes.
Goosetowners
Yes.
all
And
of
they, some of them are getting a little up there, some of them are a lot younger. But they always have a good time. They always make it special.
Absolutely.
Abby makes us a fresh special dinner every Thursday night. Always home cooked.
Yeah.
Everything we make here is fresh. We don't do frozen packaged stuff. We make everything fresh.
That's something to really point out, because a lot of people might not know that you guys have the offerings that you do now as far as the kitchen and the quality that you're serving. So you can come in, you can have a drink, dinner. Are you guys doing lunch?
We're not doing lunch yet. We're working on that hopefully by May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course we have Mia, who's serving happy hour. And we're going to also be offering happy hour appetizers.
Oh, cool.
Appetizer and beer specials, stuff like that.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit, kind of what you know about the history. Obviously, everybody knows Tom Burke. The late Tom Burke and all of the incredible things he did in starting the Crosskeys, and just a little bit about that and some inside scoop.
Okay, the inside scoop is mostly about Harold, our house ghost. Now, I'll be honest, he hasn't been that active.
Really?
Right after Tom passed, I think it'll be 4 years ago, in October, he was very active after Tom passed. And we lost another member of our family, Ben Rainsberger, right after Tom.
Okay.
So both of them were staples at the Crosskeys, obviously.
Yeah.
So we miss them both, but I think they kind of beat the sorry.
You can say that.
Out of Harold, and they kind of took over.
Really?
Yes. Ben smoked and Tom smoked cigars.
Okay.
Before he got sick. When I first came back to work after we lost Tom, it'd probably been a month or two. In the dining room, you weren't allowed to smoke, and we haven't been smoking up here since I don't remember what year.
Yeah.
And I walked into the cafe, which used to be 17 East, and I just smelled cigar smoke. You couldn't see it, it was overwhelming smell. And I went all the way back, and it got worse as I went farther back through the restaurant. And I'm like, Tom, put that out. Just put it out. And within a few minutes, the smell went away.
Wow.
Now, I know people don't believe this. It's not for them to believe. It's something I went through.
Sure.
It gives me chills when I talk about it.
Yeah.
Ben and Tom used to make fun of me when I worked happy hour here because I would whistle a lot while I was by myself. It's a big building.
Sure.
I needed noise.
Yeah.
So I would whistle. Susie, Locklear now, came in one day and she thought I'd walked in because she heard whistling.
Oh, wow.
So she's calling for me, Becky, blah, blah, and she was in the kitchen working and I wasn't here.
Wow.
There,
Do we know anything about Harold? Like, do we know who he is?
there's different stories about Harold. We've had several paranormal investigators here
Okay.
throughout the country, to be
Sure.
honest.
Yeah.
The story that seems to be the most relevant is that he was a Civil War,
Okay.
don't know on which side,
Yeah.
that he was in the Civil War and went upstairs and either killed himself or died. We're not real sure.
Okay.
We've heard a lot of different stories.
Okay.
The other thing is, some of the paranormal investigators told us through the hallway between O'Malley's and Crosskeys that there are children playing.
Oh, wow.
And in our upstairs that used to be something in Sons, there is a woman up there that hung herself.
Oh, wow.
But these are stories. Obviously, I can't,
Sure.
yeah. These are stories that everyone tells.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Becky, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about the Crosskeys. I highly encourage you. You guys probably already know the Crosskeys because if you don't, I don't really know how you don't because it's a staple in Chillicothe. It's a really cool establishment that's been here for a really long time with a lot of great history.
Thank you.
And we're so happy that you have agreed to take it over and you're carrying on the tradition and you're doing so many great things with it as well. So thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thank you, Meredith.
And I highly recommend you guys come in and check it out.